I'm sure you've stayed up at night wondering what it's like to drive a Ferrari from the home of Ferrari in Maranello down the iconic Cisa Pass and then onto the even more iconic F1 track in Monte Carlo. Well, I'm going to help you sleep better at night because I'm doing just that. And I'm not doing it in just any Ferrari though, I'm doing it in one of the most polarising Ferraris to date. And there's a number of reasons for that. First off, I have a very fussy wife who doesn't like rough sports cars, and second, I've got a ton of luggage with us as well, which wouldn't fit into just any Ferrari. So we're doing it in none other than the 6.3 litre V12 Ferrari FF. Our epic drive begins at the Ferrari historic gate in Maranello. We then leave Maranello for the A1 highway towards Milan, which is, by the way, riddled with speed cameras. We then leave that main motorway for the A15 just past Parma. We only stay on the motorway for a bit before exiting for the Cisa Pass. The Cisa Pass is an incredible road that's absolutely loaded with corners, amazing scenery, and runs parallel with the main motorway all the way down to S.p.A before turning off towards Genoa and the French border. Most of this is just regular highway driving until you get to the French border, before diving back down to the coast and entering the incredible F1 weekend, Monaco. The FF handles this road with absolute ease. It's remarkable how well this thing steers, brakes and it accelerates, given that there's a big hulking V12 engine up the front there. Twisty roads where you feel the four-wheel drive system really come into its own. With torque vectoring, the car's able to shuffle torque around to each of the wheels regardless of what the engine's doing. So you can throw it out of a corner and know that you've always got grip. So we've seen that this big V12 powered FF has the goods to take on something like the Cisa Pass. Incredible engine note, great brakes and great feel through the steering wheel. That all-wheel drive system works really well with this big engine to deliver exactly what you want from a car. But the main purpose of this is to be a highway cruiser. So let's hit the highway down to S.p.A to see what it's like. Okay, so I've had a change of wardrobe here. We're about to hit the highway just to see what this thing is like. So let's give it a crack. Oh, it has got some absolute go. It's incredible. I mean, in the twisty roads there at the Cisa Pass, it felt really manageable and just, you know, like it knew what it was doing. On the highway it's even more so. It just feels so relaxed and cruisy as well. You get the feeling as you're going through all these tunnels that it just soaks up the miles and, you know, it just has no issues doing it. I just can't get over the noise. Have a listen to this. These are absolutely ridiculous. A lot of people talk about how hard these steering wheel controls are to use. I completely disagree. I think it's a great idea having everything you need on the steering wheel. I've got my indicator controls, I've got the horn, high beam, and my Maranello switch, which lets me go between sport, comfort, and wet and ice modes as well. Also got the windscreen wipers here too. This is a very spacious cabin. We've got enough room to sit here very comfortably. I mean, I can't even reach across the other side of the car, which is almost unheard of for a Ferrari. And I mean, it's so easy to drive. There's nothing about this car that creates confusion or difficulty. It really is a great car for eating up miles. So the Ferrari FF is a GT car, which means it should be able to carry passengers. I'm a fairly tall guy and can't fit into the back of a lot of these type of cars, so let's give this one a shot. It's just a case of lifting the lever, chair goes forward, slide on in. So as you can see, there's a fair bit of room here. I've got plenty of clearance to the glass roof. It's very comfortable, I've got to say, but let's see what it's like when we pull the chair back. Okay, so yeah, not too bad. Leg room's a little cramped, but I can say that I would be more than happy to sit here over a long distance journey. I've got a screen in front of me, it's very comfortable, plenty of headroom, and I've got an awesome glass panoramic roof to look through. As we make our descent into Monaco here, it's worth noting just how comfortable this car is. We've got air-conditioned seats, we're sitting here in complete comfort. It's more a Bentley than it is a Ferrari in that sense. Unlike most other supercars, it feels great in stop-start traffic. The dual-clutch gearbox doesn't have that shudder or the stop and start motion you get from some other supercars. Ferrari has to be commended for doing such a great job on the engineering there. The steering is light, and even in traffic like this, the car is easy to park before the steering firms up at speed, which is just what you're after in a proper GT cruiser. And possibly one of the coolest things is being able to drive on the Formula One track. Unless you live in Melbourne, you're probably not going to find any other opportunity to drive like this on a Formula One track. And with such beautiful scenery, it is a must for any Formula One or even any car fans. What an absolutely sensational set of days it's been driving through the heartland of Italy, through France and then onto Monaco. But it wouldn't have been anywhere near as good if it wasn't for this thing right here. The Ferrari FF is the pinnacle in GT sports cars. It does highways, it does twisty roads, and it does city driving all equally well. It does use a little bit of fuel, but it comes with all the features you would expect from an expensive car like this. Now, the only thing I need to worry about is any of the speeding fines I've picked up along the way.